Captain Lisa Warren stared at the monitor on the bridge of the Pathfinder *. The small research vessel had been stationed near Pluto for 3 months now, and most days blended together in a routine of stellar observations and data collection. Today was different. "Captain, you need to see this," called Sam Peters, his voice shaking slightly as he adjusted the long-range sensors. "I've never seen energy readings like these before." Lisa moved quickly to his station. The readings showed massive energy spikes approximately 2 million kilometers from their position. Whatever was causing them, it wasn't natural. "Put it on the main screen," she ordered. The view shifted, and the bridge crew fell silent. In the darkness of space, brilliant flashes of light erupted as vessels of unknown design exchanged fire. The battle was chaotic, dozens of ships maneuvering at speeds that seemed impossible. "Are we recording this?" Lisa asked, her voice steadied despite the pounding of her heart. "Yes, Captain." "All sensors are active," replied Communications Officer Diane Kelly, her fingers flying across her console. They watched in stunned silence as the battle raged. One side appeared to be losing badly, their sleek silver ships overwhelmed by the more numerous angular black vessels of their opponents. "One of the silver ships is breaking away," reported Sam. It's heading in our direction." Lisa gripped the console. "Battle stations. Power up engines but hold position." The damaged alien ship limped past them, trailing debris and what looked like liquid fire. It made no aggressive moves toward the Pathfinder *, instead continuing on a trajectory that would take it to Charon, Pluto's largest moon. "They're going to crash," said Diane, the color draining from her face. The impact was visible even from their distance, a flash of light as the alien vessel slammed into Charon's surface. Lisa made her decision quickly. "Prepare the shuttle. I want a team ready in 5 minutes." "Captain," protested her first officer, Ben Rogers, "protocol states we should report this to Earth Command and await instructions. By the time we get those instructions, whatever's down there will be dead or gone." Lisa replied, "If that's first contact, I'm not missing it. You have the bridge, Ben." 20 minutes later, Lisa led a team of 4 across Charon's barren surface. The alien ship had carved a deep trench in the moon's surface, finally coming to rest in a crater. Much of it had been destroyed on impact, but the forward section remained somewhat intact. "Life signs?" Lisa asked through her helmet comm. "One, very faint," responded Dr. Frank Cooper, scanning with equipment hastily modified to search for non-human biological signatures. They approached cautiously. A section of the hull had split open, revealing the interior. Inside, bathed in a pulsing blue light, lay a being unlike anything they had ever seen. It was humanoid but tall and slender, with iridescent skin that seemed to shift colors. 3 pairs of eyes blinked slowly on its elongated face. The alien noticed them and reached toward a console with a trembling 6-fingered hand. Lisa tensed, but instead of a weapon, a small device activated, projecting a field around them. "You understand now." The words formed in Lisa's mind, though the alien's mouth-like opening made only clicking sounds. "Yes," she replied, astonished. "We understand you. We're humans, from the planet Earth." "Humans," the alien repeated. "I am Krell, of the Concorde. The ship that follows is Combine. Destroyers. They find you. They will end you. Take this, my data core. Find the Concorde." Krell pushed a crystalline object toward Lisa. "Concorde losing war. Need help. Humans must know." "We'll help you," Lisa said, motioning to Dr. Cooper. "Too late for me." Krell's breathing grew labored. "Ship will self-destruct. Safety protocol. 2 minutes. Take core. Go." Lisa grabbed the crystal. "Come on. We need to move." As they raced back to their shuttle, Lisa clutched the alien data core. Behind them, the damaged ship began to emit a high-pitched whine. The shuttle lifted off from Charon's surface just as the alien vessel exploded in a brilliant flash of blue-white light. As they returned to the Pathfinder asterisk, Lisa stared at the crystal in her hand. Set course for Earth, she ordered once they were aboard. Maximum speed. And encrypt all records of what we just saw. The stars streaked by as the research vessel began its journey home, carrying a message that would change humanity's future forever. 6 months passed since the Pathfinder returned to Earth with its incredible discovery. The world's governments had kept the alien encounter secret, while scientists worked to understand the data core from Krell's ship. Dr. Alan Miller rubbed his tired eyes as he stared at his computer screen. As Earth's top expert in language patterns, he had spent countless hours trying to decode the alien information. Today, something had finally clicked. "I've got it," he whispered, then louder. "I've got it." His assistant, Judy Reed, looked up from her desk. "You broke the code." Alan nodded excitedly. "The core isn't just a data storage device. It's partially organic. It needed time to adapt to our technology." He pointed to his screen where strange symbols had transformed into recognizable text. "Look, coordinates. And messages. Lots of messages." Within hours, the United Earth Government Emergency Council gathered in their underground facility in Geneva. Captain Lisa Warren stood beside Alan as he presented his findings to the grim-faced leaders. "The coordinates point to a location approximately 12 light-years from Earth," Alan explained. "It's an outpost of what the data calls the Galactic Concord, an alliance of species fighting against the Combine." "And what exactly is this Combine?" asked President Garcia, leaning forward. "From what we can tell," Lisa answered, "they're a group of species that conquer and assimilate others. The data includes distress calls from dozens of worlds that have fallen to them." Colonel Jack Murphy, the military advisor to the council, spoke up. "And now we know they've been in our solar system. We need to prepare for the possibility of invasion." "There's more," Alan said quietly. "The messages include pleas for help. The Concord is losing this war." Silence fell over the room as the implications sank in. "We have to make contact with the Concord," Lisa said finally. "We need allies." "With what?" Colonel Murphy scoffed. "Our most advanced ships can barely reach Mars in good time. How do you propose we travel 12 light-years?" From the back of the room, a woman with dark hair pulled into a practical ponytail stood up. "I might be able to help with that." All eyes turned to NASA engineer Olivia Scott. "The prototype ship we've been developing, the Horizon uses principles from Krell's ship that we were able to reverse engineer," she explained, walking to the front. "It's not pretty and it's not perfect, but the math says it could make the journey." "In how long?" President Garcia asked. 3 weeks, Olivia replied. "Maybe less." Murmurs filled the room. "It's too risky," objected one counselor. "We should focus on defense, not reaching out to unknown aliens." The debate continued until the doors burst open, and a young officer rushed in, face pale. "Excuse me, Madam President. Our deep space monitoring stations have detected multiple objects entering the solar system from beyond Pluto's orbit. Energy signatures match the hostile vessels from Captain Warren's encounter." Everyone fell silent. "How many?" Colonel Murphy asked sharply. 5 ships, sir. Appear to be scout class. Estimated arrival to Earth orbit in 2 months." President Garcia stood slowly. "It seems our timeline has been decided for us. Dr. Miller, do you believe the Concord would help us?" Ellen nodded. "The data suggests they're desperate for allies, and based on their ethical principles outlined here, they would feel obligated to protect a less advanced species if possible." "Then we have no choice," the president said firmly. "Ms. Scott, how quickly can your ship be ready?" Given unlimited resources, Olivia thought for a moment. 2 weeks. "You have them. Captain Warren, you'll lead the mission." Lisa nodded, her expression determined. "Dr. Miller, you'll go as our translator." "Colonel Murphy, we need military representation." "And me," Olivia added. The asterisk horizon asterisk is experimental. You'll need me to keep it running. The president looked at the four of them. The fate of our planet rests with you now. You leave in 2 weeks. This meeting is adjourned. As they left the chamber, Lisa caught Colonel Murphy's doubtful expression. You don't think we can do this? She asked. I think, he replied quietly, that we're about to discover just how small we really are in this universe. The asterisk horizon asterisk dropped out of faster-than-light travel with a shudder that made everyone grip their seats. After 3 weeks confined in the experimental ship, the crew was eager to reach their destination. Systems check, Lisa ordered from the captain's chair. All green, barely replied Olivia, monitoring the ship's cobbled-together engines. That was our last jump. We don't have enough power for another. Through the main viewport, a massive space station came into view. It looked like a gleaming metal flower with numerous petals extending from a central hub. Ships of various designs moved around it. That's a lot bigger than I expected, Colonel Murphy said quietly. Alan stared at the alien vessels. At least 20 different designs. The Concorde must include many species. Lisa took a deep breath. Open communications, standard greeting as we planned. Before they could transmit, the ship's systems lit up with warnings. We're being scanned, Olivia reported. Multiple beams, technology I don't recognize. A voice suddenly filled the bridge, speaking in a strange language that shifted halfway through to accented English. Unidentified vessel, you have entered restricted Concorde space. Identify yourself immediately. Alan leaned toward the communication panel. This is Dr. Alan Miller of Earth. We come seeking the Galactic Concorde with an urgent message. There was a long pause. Earth? This system is not in our records. We're new to interstellar travel, Alan explained. We have information from a Concorde officer named Krell. The silence that followed felt endless. Finally, the voice returned. Proceed to docking Arm 7. Any deviation will be considered hostile. 4 sleek patrol ships escorted the asterisk horizon asterisk to the station. The human vessel looked primitive beside the advanced alien craft. Well, we're here, Lisa said. Let's hope they're friendly. They docked with surprising ease thanks to Olivia's quick modifications to their airlock system. When the doors opened, they faced 6 tall, armored figures with weapons at the ready. Follow, ordered one whose armor displayed more markings than the others. They were led through corridors filled with beings of all shapes and sizes. Some appeared almost human, while others defied description. Many stopped to stare at the newcomers. They're looking at us like we're animals in a zoo, Murphy muttered. We probably are the least advanced species here, Alan replied quietly. Finally, they reached a large chamber where a group of aliens sat at a crescent-shaped table. At the center was a being with metallic blue skin and 4 arms, wearing an elaborate uniform covered in symbols. I am High Commander Zelthos, the being said, voice translating through a device on the table. You claim to have met Krell. He was lost 6 of your months ago on a critical mission. Lisa stepped forward. My name is Captain Lisa Warren. We found Krell's ship crashed on a moon in our solar system. Before he died, he gave us this. She placed the data core on the table. One of the aliens scanned it and nodded to Zelthos. This is indeed Krell's core, Zelthos said, sounding surprised. But how did primitive beings like you access its data? Alan explained their work decoding the information, while Zelthos and the others exchanged glances. Impressive for such a young species, Zelthos said, not hiding the dismissal in his tone. But why have you come? Your technology is centuries behind even our smallest vessels. Because the Combine found our system, Colonel Murphy answered bluntly. Scout ships. They'll reach Earth in less than 2 months now. Before Zelthos could respond, alarms blared throughout the station. A voice spoke rapidly in an alien language. What's happening? Lisa asked. Combine attack, Zelthos said, rising quickly. They must have followed you. Impossible. Olivia objected. We checked for pursuit at every The station shook violently as something struck it. Lights flickered and several aliens rushed to control panels. Shields failing in Section 12, one reported. Hull breach possible. Zelthos turned to the humans. Now we will see if you are worth the trouble you've brought to our doorstep. The station shook again as Lisa and Alan rushed through crowded corridors. Aliens of all kinds moved in organized panic, following evacuation routes marked by pulsing lights. This way, Lisa said, following a group of uniformed aliens who seemed to be heading toward the command center. They reached a large room filled with holographic displays showing the battle outside. Zelthos stood in the center, barking orders as reports came in from all sides. "High Commander," Lisa called. "We want to help." Zelthos barely spared them a glance. "This is not your fight. You would only get in the way." "Sir," said a smaller alien with insect-like features, "shields in Sector 7 are completely down. We cannot reroute power fast enough." Lisa grabbed Alan's arm. "Come on." Meanwhile, Colonel Murphy had found his way to what appeared to be a security station. Armed aliens were preparing weapons and dividing into teams. "Excuse me," Murphy said to an alien who seemed to be in charge. "I'm Colonel Jack Murphy, Earth Military. I have combat experience that might help." The alien, covered in scaled armor, looked him up and down. "You? What could you possibly know about space combat?" "Maybe nothing," Murphy admitted. "But I know about asymmetric warfare and fighting against superior forces. Something tells me that's exactly what you're facing." Before the alien could respond, a voice came over the communication system. "Breach in Sector 7. Combined boarding parties confirmed." The alien commander hesitated, then thrust a strange weapon into Murphy's hands. "Follow me. Try not to get killed." In another part of the station, Olivia had found her way to an engineering section, where frantic technicians worked to stabilize the station's systems. She watched their movements, quickly understanding the basic principles of their technology. When one console was abandoned as its operator ran to deal with another crisis, Olivia slipped into the seat. The controls were alien, but the interface logic seemed universal. She began to redirect power to the failing shields. "What are you doing?" demanded a voice behind her. A tall, thin alien with luminous eyes stared down at her. "Your power distribution is inefficient," Olivia explained quickly. "You're losing energy through these junctions. If we bypass them..." Another explosion rocked the station, and alarm symbols flashed across the screen. "Boarding craft attached to Sector 7, announced a station-wide alert. Back at the command center, Lisa and Alan watched the tactical displays with growing concern. "They're cutting through to the central hub," Alan observed. "If they reach the main reactor..." Zelthos overheard him. "How do you know our station layout?" "We don't," Lisa replied. "But military strategy is universal. They're going for your power source or command center." "Basic tactics." A communication officer called out. "Commander, Colonel Vex reports heavy resistance at Junction 12. They're requesting reinforcements." "We have none to send," Zelthos replied grimly. Lisa studied the holographic station map. "That's where Olivia went. And look, they're trying to flank your defenders." Zelthos narrowed his eyes at her. "What would you suggest, human?" "Send a small team through these maintenance tunnels," Lisa pointed. "They could hit the boarding party from behind." Zelthos considered for a moment, then gave the order. As the battle continued, reports began coming in of the strange strategies the humans were employing. Murphy had reorganized the security team into smaller, more mobile units that confused the methodical combined soldiers. Olivia had reconfigured the power systems to strengthen shields where they were most needed, using an approach the Concord engineers had never considered. "Status report," Zelthos demanded as the station trembled less frequently. "Combined forces retreating from Sector 7, came the reply. "Their main vessel is withdrawing." A cheer went up around the command center. Zelthos turned to Lisa with a new expression, one of cautious respect. "It seems we underestimated you," the commander admitted. "Your species thinks differently than ours." We adapt, Lisa said simply. It's what humans do best. Zelphos nodded slowly. Perhaps that is exactly what the Concorde needs right now. The commander gestured to a private meeting room. Come. We have much to discuss about your place in this war. 3 months had passed since the first human delegation arrived at the Concorde outpost. Now, a small fleet of Earth ships floated in formation near the massive Concorde battle carrier. The ships looked odd compared to the sleek alien vessels. They were clearly retrofitted with Concorde technology grafted onto human designs. Captain Lisa Warren stood on the bridge of the Defiance *, Earth's first true warship. The vessel had begun life as a cargo hauler, but now bristled with weapons and defensive systems. All ships report ready, Captain, said her communications officer, Paul Edwards. Lisa nodded. Signal the fleet. We move on my mark. This would be the first real combat mission for human ships against the Combine. After the successful defense of the Concorde outpost, Earth had committed more resources to the war effort. Olivia had led a team that modified Concorde neural link systems to work with human brains, allowing ships to coordinate without the harmful side effects other species experienced. Neural links active, reported Olivia from her station. She had refused to stay behind on Earth, insisting on seeing her technology in action. All captains are connected. Lisa felt the strange sensation of the neural link, a gentle awareness of the other ship captains in her mind. Unlike the rigid mathematical precision the Combine used, the human version allowed for more flexibility and individual thought. Concorde flagship is signaling, Paul said. High Commander Zelphos wishes us good hunting. Lisa smiled slightly. The commander had gone from dismissive to cautiously optimistic about humans in the past months. This mission would prove whether that trust was warranted. All ships, prepare for jump, Lisa ordered. Target coordinates locked. Jump in 3, 2, 1. The fleet vanished into faster-than-light travel, emerging moments later near a combined supply depot. 6 enemy ships were docked at the station, with only 2 patrol vessels standing guard. They're not expecting us, Colonel Murphy observed from his tactical station. He had transferred his expertise to space warfare with surprising ease. Element of surprise is ours. Not for long, Lisa replied. All ships, execute Battle Plan Delta. The human vessels broke formation in ways that seemed chaotic, but followed patterns drawn from Earth's naval warfare history. While Concorde ships typically moved in precise, predictable patterns, the humans zagged and rolled in seemingly random directions. The combined patrol ships moved to intercept, their weapons charging. They fired at where the human ships should have been according to standard tactics, but the Earth vessels were elsewhere, already launching their first attacks. They can't track us, Olivia said, watching the sensor readings. Their targeting systems are programmed for Concorde movements. They don't know what to make of us. The Defiance rolled sharply, bringing its main guns to bear on the nearest patrol ship. The combined vessel tried to adjust, but was too slow. Energy beams struck its engines, sending it spinning out of control. Around them, the other human ships executed similarly unpredictable maneuvers. The Combine's mathematically perfect battle computers struggled to anticipate movements based on human instinct rather than logic. Second patrol ship disabled, Murphy reported. Supply ships are trying to launch. Not today, Lisa said. Target their docking clamps. Fire. The battle was over in minutes. The human fleet had disabled all enemy vessels with minimal damage to their own ships. As they secured the station, a transmission came in from Zelphos. Impressive, the High Commander said, actual emotion showing in his usually stoic face. The Combine will not expect this. We have monitored your species for centuries, Captain Warren. You knew about us? Lisa asked, surprised. Yes, we classified humans as too violent and unpredictable to contact. Zelphos paused. It seems those very qualities may now save this galaxy. As the human fleet began the process of capturing the supply depot, word spread quickly through Concorde space. The humans had joined the war, and everything was about to change. Olivia Scott wiped sweat from her forehead as she worked inside the engine room of the Defiance *. Over the past 2 months, she had continued to improve the hybrid systems that combine human ingenuity with alien technology. Her latest creation was spread out on the workbench before her, a new type of weapon that used principles from Earth's simple railguns combined with Concorde energy-focusing technology. "Will it work?" asked a technician named Gary, who had been helping her. "In theory," Olivia replied. "The combined shields are designed to stop energy weapons. This fires physical projectiles wrapped in an energy field that should pass right through." Their work was interrupted by the ship's alarm. "All personnel to battle stations," came Lisa's voice over the comm system. "This is not a drill." Olivia secured her prototype and rushed to the bridge. When she arrived, the main screen showed a disturbing sight, a tactical display of Earth's solar system with multiple red dots approaching. "How many?" she asked, sliding into her station. 12 combined warships," Colonel Murphy answered grimly. "They're heading straight for Earth." Lisa stood in the center of the bridge, face tense. "The Concorde fleet is still 3 days out. We're the only defense Earth has right now." The Defiance and 4 other human ships had been returning from a mission when they received the distress call. Now they faced a nearly impossible task, stopping a combined attack force with just 5 vessels. "We can't win this fight," Murphy said quietly. "We don't need to win," Lisa replied. "We just need to slow them down until reinforcements arrive." The human ships took position between the approaching combined fleet and Earth. Millions of people on the planet below watched the skies, knowing nothing of the battle about to take place, but sensing something was wrong. "The Combine is hailing us," Paul reported from communications. The screen shifted to show a Combine commander, a being with gray skin and implants embedded in its skull. Its voice was flat and mechanical. "Human vessels, your species has interfered in matters beyond your understanding. Stand aside or be destroyed." Lisa straightened her shoulders. "This is Captain Lisa Warren of Earth. We will not allow you to threaten our home." The combined commander showed no emotion. "Your choice is illogical. You cannot prevail." The transmission cut off. Moments later, the combined ships accelerated toward them. "All vessels, execute maneuver Thunderstorm," Lisa ordered. The 5 human ships split apart, executing complex evasive patterns that made targeting difficult. The Combine responded with ruthless efficiency, focusing fire on one ship at a time. "The Pioneer is taking heavy damage," Murphy reported as one of their ships was hit repeatedly. Lisa gripped her chair. "Tell them to break off and retreat." "They're not responding," Paul said. "Captain Bell is staying in position." On the screen, they watched as the Pioneer took hit after hit but continued to fight, drawing fire away from the other ships. Finally, in a blinding flash, it exploded. "They're gone," Olivia whispered. There was no time to mourn. The Combine pressed their advantage, forcing the human ships into defensive positions. "Engineering reports shield failure on Deck 4, Paul announced. Defiance can't take much more of this." Olivia suddenly remembered her prototype. "Captain, I need to get to the main weapon control." "Now?" Lisa asked incredulously. "I have something that might work," Olivia insisted, "but I need to install it manually." Lisa hesitated only briefly. "Go." As Olivia raced through the corridors, the ship shuddered from another hit. Emergency lights flashed, and crew members rushed to contain damage. She reached the weapon control room just as another explosion rocked the ship. "Give me 10 minutes," she told the weapons officer as she began connecting her prototype to the main systems. "We might just have a chance." Above Earth, the remaining human ships continued their desperate defense, buying time with their lives as the planet held its breath below. "Weapons ready," Olivia announced over the comm system. Her hand shook slightly as she finished the final connections to her prototype. "But we only have enough power for 3 shots." On the bridge, Lisa nodded grimly. Make them count. Target the lead vessel. The asterisk Defiance asterisk shuddered as another combined blast struck its weakening shields. 2 of the human ships had already been destroyed, and the remaining 2 were badly damaged. The combined fleet had lost only 1 vessel so far. Firing solution ready, reported the weapons officer. On your command. Lisa took a deep breath. Fire. The ship vibrated as Olivia's hybrid weapon discharged. A physical projectile encased in energy shot toward the lead combined ship. As predicted, it passed straight through the enemy's shields as if they weren't there. The impact was devastating. The combined vessel's hull split open, venting atmosphere and crew into space. Direct hit, Murphy shouted. Their shields didn't stop it. Recharging, Olivia said. 30 seconds until we can fire again. The combined ships adjusted their formation, clearly surprised by this new threat. They concentrated fire on the asterisk Defiance asterisk, recognizing it as the most dangerous opponent. Shields down to 12%, Paul reported. Hull breaches on decks 2 and 5. Second shot ready, Olivia called. Target their command vessel, Lisa ordered. The weapon fired again, hitting another combined ship. This one didn't break apart but listed badly, its engine sputtering. They're pulling back, Murphy observed, watching the tactical display. Regrouping. Lisa knew it wouldn't last long. Once the combined realized they only had 1 shot left, they would press their advantage. All remaining ships, form up on the asterisk Defiance asterisk, she ordered. We need to make a stand here. The combined fleet began advancing again, more cautiously this time. 8 ships remained, still overwhelming odds. Last shot charge, Olivia reported. After this, the system will burn out. Lisa hesitated. 1 shot wouldn't be enough to stop the remaining ships. She needed something more. Olivia, if we overloaded the weapon, could we create a bigger effect? There was a pause. It would destroy the asterisk Defiance asterisk, Olivia replied finally. But yes, it could create an electromagnetic pulse that might disable several ships at once. Murphy looked at Lisa. You're talking about a suicide run. I'm talking about saving Earth, she replied. Then, to the communications officer, Paul, order the other ships to fall back to Earth's defense perimeter. The asterisk Defiance asterisk will handle this. Captain, Paul began to protest. That's an order. As the remaining human ships retreated, Lisa addressed her crew. Anyone who wants to evacuate in escape pods, now's the time. No one moved from their stations. Setting course directly into their formation, the navigator reported calmly. The asterisk Defiance asterisk accelerated toward the combined fleet. Warning lights flashed across every console as the damaged engines pushed beyond their limits. They're trying to scatter, Murphy observed. Too late, Lisa said. Olivia, initiate overload on my mark. The asterisk Defiance asterisk plunged into the heart of the combined formation. Enemy ships fired desperately, but the human vessel pressed on, absorbing terrible damage. Now, Lisa shouted. Olivia connected the final circuits, and the prototype weapon began to glow white-hot. Energy readings spiked beyond any safe levels. It's been an honor, Lisa said to her crew as the light grew blinding. The explosion lit up space like a newborn star. A massive electromagnetic pulse radiated outward, catching 5 combined ships in its grip. Their systems failed instantly, leaving them dead in space. From Earth's defense perimeter, the surviving human ships watched in silence. From the edge of the solar system, the just-arriving Concorde fleet saw the blast and accelerated toward the remaining combined vessels, which were already turning to flee. In the darkness of space, among the floating debris of friend and foe alike, a single escape pod drifted silently, its systems damaged but life support still functioning. Inside, Lisa Warren opened her eyes, surprised to find herself still alive. 3 years had passed since the Battle of Earth. The war had changed dramatically in that time. What began as a desperate defense had turned into a steady push against combined forces. Humanity had gone from an unknown species to a key member of the Concord in record time. The Great Hall of the Galactic Council gleamed with light as representatives from over 30 species gathered for a historic summit. At the center of attention stood 3 humans. Admiral Lisa Warren, her face bearing a scar from her near-death experience. General Jack Murphy, who now commanded Joint Human Concord Ground Forces, and Science Director Olivia Scott, whose innovations had revolutionized Concord technology. High Commander Zelthos, now Supreme Leader of Concord Forces, addressed the assembly. Today we vote on a matter unprecedented in our history, the establishment of a permanent human seat on the Galactic Council. Murmurs filled the hall. Normally, species waited centuries to earn such recognition. Humans had done it in just 3 years. The humans have proven themselves not just capable allies, but essential to our survival, Zelthos continued. Their ways of thinking have changed how we approach this conflict. Where we saw patterns, they saw opportunities. Where we calculated risk, they acted on instinct. The vote was unanimous. As Lisa accepted the ceremonial robes of a council member, she thought back to that first meeting with Krell on Charon. So much had changed since then. Later, during the celebration, Alan Miller approached Lisa with excitement. He had remained with the Concord as a cultural liaison, studying their history and language. "I found something remarkable in the ancient archives," he told her. "Texts dating back thousands of years that seemed to predict our arrival." "What do you mean?" Lisa asked. Alan showed her his translation device. "There are references to the adaptable ones who would join the Concord in its darkest hour and transform conflict into opportunity. Some historians believe it refers to humans." "That's impossible," Lisa said. "They couldn't have known about us." Alan shrugged. "Maybe it's coincidence, or maybe there's more to our meeting than we realized." Their conversation was interrupted when Zelthos approached with a grave expression. "The Combine has requested peace talks," the Supreme Leader announced. Lisa straightened. "That's wonderful news." "There is a condition," Zelthos said. "They refuse to negotiate if humans are present. They call your species unpredictable barbarians and claim you've corrupted Concord principles." Lisa's expression hardened, but before she could respond, Zelthos continued. "We have, of course, rejected their demand. There will be no negotiation without human representatives." The Supreme Leader's 4 arms made a gesture of respect. "The Concord stands with Earth, just as Earth stood with us." The celebration continued into the night. In a quiet moment, Lisa found herself looking out at the stars through a massive viewport. General Murphy joined her. "Did you ever think we'd end up here?" he asked. "When we left Earth in that experimental ship?" Lisa shook her head. "Never. I just wanted to protect our home." "And now our home is much bigger," Murphy said, gesturing to the diverse beings mingling throughout the hall. Olivia joined them, holding a datapad. The latest reports from the front lines. 3 more combined worlds have requested to join the Concord. Their populations are tired of fighting. "The war isn't over," Murphy cautioned. "No," Lisa agreed. "But for the first time, I think we can see the end of it." As if to punctuate her words, the stars outside the viewport seemed to shine brighter. Somewhere among them was Earth, no longer alone in the vastness of space. "The Combine never understood what they awakened when they threatened our planet," Lisa said softly. "They thought we were just another primitive species." "Their mistake," Olivia replied with a smile. "And our opportunity," Murphy added. Together, the 3 humans looked out at the galaxy that had changed forever because humanity had joined the war.